Yeah.
Hello.
Well, it is.
Someone didn't want to do the show today.
I have a lot going on. I have a big test in microbiology tomorrow that I really want to get an A in. And it's going to be tough. Both my parents were scientists. Both of them are no longer living, so I can't be calling on them to consult with them. Yeah, but I did not inherit any of their scientific brains. I did inherit
what kind of brains did
their
you
ravishing
inherit?
good looks. Anyway, so I just sort of I felt like we didn't have a lot going on this week, and I advocated for not doing the show. However, I was overruled.
Well, let me tell you a little bit of an update on this. See, I was in a dragon boat race this week.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I was in the Building Bridges boat.
Yes, he was.
And it was sponsored by Greg Fellerman and Ed Ciramboli, who did a great thing sponsoring the boat.
Yeah, because it costs a lot of money to have the boat.
It's like $96 a person to do the boat.
20 people.
And they allowed a lot of kids that wouldn't otherwise have this opportunity a chance to get in the boat, get on the river, race, and participate.
Yeah, really be part of a really fun
time.
Outdoor event, right.
But that being said, I was in a dragon boat. And unfortunately, I went myself because somebody else was busy
studying. By the way,
Now, when we go to Key West, or we go to
which I got an A in pharmacology, by the way.
You know, bike riding or anything like that, we have like a half hour of footage. We don't have any footage of the dragon boat race. You know why? She wasn't there. And
so I wasn't there. I wasn't in it.
So we don't have any footage of that. So, you know, that which leads me to our frequently asked question is, Chris, do dragons really exist? And the answer is, I don't know. We don't have any footage.
Well, I will say we do have a nice still shot that was taken.
Had someone else been in the dragon boat race, you'd be seeing lots of
dragon action.
About dragon action.
Well, we do have a nice still photo that was taken by somebody there. I think probably by Mark Hannon or one of those people. Well, Mark Hannon's in it, so who knows who took it, but here's a nice shot. There you go. Okay? We are. Just imagine that moving. And there's your excitement. Okay. We went to a surprise party. Now, we went to this great one yesterday for Jim Foley, who turned 50, but his mother turned 85. So what they did was they told the mother they were having a surprise party for Jim. They told Jim they were having a surprise party for the mother. So they were each thinking they were planning each other's party. So it turned out great.
Actually, that was pretty funny, and because then Jim would be calling up people, inviting people to the party, and they knowing that they're being invited to his own party.
Right. They had it up at Mountain Laurel Golf Club, which is
very nice.
Really nice up in the Whitehaven area, and so beautiful. I would highly recommend that for any place. If you were going to have a party for me, for example, a surprise party, even though I already turned 50.
We're not going to have a surprise party.
That would be a nice place to have.
Surprise! There's no party.
Anyway, and Chris was telling this thing that always cracks me up about high school is...
Oh, well, there are two things. You have to understand that the classrooms themselves...
He went to Bishop Hoban.
I went to Hoban, and there are lockers across the wall, but above, on the classroom wall, above the lockers was all glass. So it was about, 7 feet tall, and it would be all glass right up to the door of the classroom itself, where there would be a thin pane of glass. So you could see people walking through the hall for about this much. And the rest of the time you couldn't see people, you just see into the hallway, but it was 7 feet tall. So the two things that Matt would get on Jimmy's shoulders, and you would see him walking through the hall, but he would have to be 8 or 9 feet tall to be seen
going through the window.
And what Jimmy would do is walk up right to the part where the glass comes down, so you would see Matt walk up, and then he'd kind of look around, and he'd turn around and he'd walk away. But everybody in the class was like, that. And the other thing that Jim would do was, he would walk down the hall stomping his feet as loud as possible. He went, boom, 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 boom. And then as he'd walk into that one spot where you could see him, he'd just walk normal, and you just see Jim Foley walk by, and the whole class would be like, and then Jim Foley just walked by.
Because of that, we didn't go to church on Saturday. We went to church today.
We went to church today.
On Sunday.
Church, as I like to call it, the 1 hour daydream.
So we go in, and before the Mass started, the song leader, what do you call them up there in the front?
The conductor.
No, not the lector, the other thing, whatever they call the song leader in church.
The lady that sings.
The lady that sings.
The lady that sings,
so she says, good afternoon. And before we begin Mass today,
this is going to end up on the cutting
floor,
we're
going to practice a new version of Thanks Be to God that the deacon says after the Mass. So instead of Thanks Be to God, she sings Thanks Be to God, or something like that. And that was it. At the end of the Mass, you know, blah, 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 and then we're supposed to do the Thanks Be to God thing. Everybody goes, Thanks be to God, the old one. But then a couple people were kind of trying to do the new one, and then the lady up front was trying to do the new one. It was a disaster.
I think the priest actually made a
He did.
comment.
He was hysterical. He goes, marvelous. And he had this sort of funny grin.
You know that when the priest actually makes fun of your singing, you're not really doing well.
The literary experience of a lifetime.
You again forgot the drumming.
I know. I'm leaving out the drum.
Oh, you're leaving out the drumming?
I am. I'm having trouble with my drumming.
Well,
it's not. It has nothing to do with my stomach.
Okay. I think
the literary experience of a lifetime. See, that's anyway.
I thought that was pretty effective myself.
That was okay. That was okay. It was better this time. I'm getting a little off on the rhythm, I think. But anyway. Here's the thing, this is the Ulysses update. As many of you know, I've decided that for some odd reason that I can't even remember now, I decided I was going to read Ulysses this summer. Because some people said it was one of the best books ever written, and I thought, darn it, I'm going to read one of the best books ever written. And I've been regretting it, page at a time, every day this summer. And
well, it's hard, it's not a page turner, let's say that. Good.
Are you reading it?
No. But I am suffering through your reading it. And that's enough. That's enough to know.
Well, here's the thing. I see a post on Facebook this week from Kathy Rabbiola. And she puts that that she was going to go home and read, she had a tough day at work, but she was going to go home and read Pride and Prejudice because, after all, Chris O'Donnell is reading Ulysses. Now, this shows me two things. Number one, it means now I can't quit, which had crossed my mind. But the second part is I am now, because I'm inspiring people to read boring books.
Well, Pride and Prejudice is not boring, and probably Ulysses will pick up maybe after page 250 or so.
Yeah.
What page are you on now?
When does the fire happen? But this last chapter, if I hadn't read the Cliff Notes, I would have literally no clue what was going on at all. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like it's English. It's written in English, and those are words, and a lot of them I know, but I read it and I have no clue what the guy's saying. Maybe they talked a little bit differently back then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll tell you. I mean, even when you read...
But if you had an Irish accent, you know, oh, he's after me like he charms Mr. Bloom. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe then I'd get it more.
No. Well, this is all boring.
Wow. She has been cranky all day long. I swear to God. She woke up cranky. She has been nothing but moaning and complaining about doing this. I had to drag her down here to do this. And, you know.
I don't know why. I got in a bad mood or something. Sorry. But I am happy that you're here with us anyway to experience this bad mood with me.
I'm glad you're here to experience this.
I know, because...
As many people don't believe that she gets like this. You know, oh, it must be fun living at home with Shivaun. Oh, she's so funny.
It is most of the time. Most of the time. This is now. If you've been following the show since the beginning, since the end of January, and here we are in July. That's 6 months without a bad mood. That's pretty good. Oh.
Listen, this was very, very nice of you to stop in.
Yes, thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you next week, where who knows what the heck is going to happen.